Hi AD, I'm Misty and welcome to my home.
I am a doctor and lifestyle blogger living and working here in Manhattan, New York. I'm originally from London and right now I am a first-year medicine resident right here in the city.
Me and my husband actually recently moved in, and it's the first home that we've owned together, so it's really nice to be able to share our interests and love and like bring it into our home.
So here we are in my entryway. This is usually the place where I drop my bag, my suitcase, my boxes, everything like that kind of goes here. So it's sometimes a mess, but I love it because it's really welcoming when I first walk in the door. I always leave a lint roller at my front door because I have a dog and I wear like black jeans, so I am having hair or my blankets or whatever all over my pants. So the last thing I do before I leave the house is grab my keys and grab my lint roller and then just go over my clothes. My favorite thing is, again, marble tables. You're gonna see that over and over again when you're going through my home.
We love to have candles lit in the house as well. So we've got quite a lot of candles ranging from this.
My massive diptyque candle, what a babe.
I did get this little glass dish for Christmas from my aunt and I thought it was absolutely beautiful and perfect for this space.
You see it's a bit of a mess. We kind of just drop everything in here. Alex, we need to organize this. So we got all the keys and some change.
This is a beautiful piece of coral glass work by an artist based in Venice. I'm absolutely obsessed with his work and this is one of my kind of most prized possessions.
I have some crystals, yeah. This one is cool because it has a dandelion inside. Isn't that so cool? People tend to give crystals as gifts in LA and that's great. I love them.
I think is so cool. This is this rose quartz bowl, and again, when I saw it, I could not resist.
This is a piece I love, and it's actually like someone, I think, out in the middle of the ocean, and he's really small, so it's just like the sky, and you don't really know what it is, and I think it's, I don't know, pretty cool.
Also sort of funny, the baskets underneath here are actually from Pottery Barn Kids, and they're so cool. They have great texture, so I thought, why not?
Take your shoes off. If you have an umbrella, you can put it right here, but don't touch ours, okay? They're really fancy. So
into the sculptural lighting fixture here. This is by Arteriors, and it really works well with this low again.
Next up, we're just adding a cotton rug to the floor. These are really easy to wash and will just kind of be more durable outdoors.
So again, you see everything. This is a washer and dryer. We're actually really fortunate to have this in our place because it's kind of rare in New York City for you to have it in your unit. Most of the time it's in the building and sometimes it's not even in the building. You have to like go to a laundromat. So dope. I'm stoked about that.
I don't know what they call these. They did mention the name. This is just a simple thing. These can just like pop out.
And I just put the knobs on myself. They're from Anthropologie.
We have a place for the ironing board, where the mop lives, where most of the food lives. And yeah, it just allows us to kind of keep this bit of the kitchen nice and clean and orderly, which appeals to the Monica and me, and put all the crap in there.
This is just a hall closet. It has like coats and things like that. I'm not even gonna open it because it's a mess.
And I put more pocket doors because you could tell I have a pocket door obsession and a pink glass obsession.
Another thing on the homeowner's wish list was a heated floor, which it has this wireless thermostat. So when you come downstairs and are ready to get into the shower, the floor is nice and toasty.
The one request that she asked for is to have a little touch of pink in there. We did drops of penny rounds in the
hexagon mosaic tile, also marble, but has this really lovely floral applique that resembles the floral applique on the sisal wallpaper. The wallpaper is grass cloth, it has a lot of texture, and just creates so much visual interest.
A shallow cabinet that's over the toilet.
And then we added vessels and a quartz countertop.
All the fixtures are from Vola.
This little marble tray is from our collection with Co's, and I find this so useful for just containing all the different types of soaps that you want to use.
I've got the Rosespan liquid hand soap. They are such beautifully presented bottles.
And this little block of soap, this is more just for decorative, but I like how it looks.
This one is from Overrose, I think that's the brand, but it's this really pretty pink one, and it's almost out.
This stone tissue holder that's from Anna New York.
Then I have some of my favorite serums.
the Dior Matte Maximizer, the Glow Serum. I have 4 different types and the Dior cream. So
I have this diffuser that I got from this brand called Vituri.
My favorite piece up here is definitely the ceramic toothpaste.
I adore the cabinetry, and when I saw it in their showroom, I just instantly knew that this is what I wanted. I love the traditional feel of the paneling. I love that it's a handleless paneling, because I kind of wouldn't have known where to put the handles. The marble was quite a brave decision.
The wall behind the tub is a quartz wall. Quartz was also used for the tub platform. We ended up swapping out the drop-in tub with a beautiful freestanding tub.
This is a painting by Michael Goldberg, which I bought about 2 years ago in New York. It's a painting about the spontaneous joy of using paint. And this is something that I'm increasingly drawn to in the things that I buy.
This is a mirror polished cast bronze sculpture, custom made for the space by Sydney artist Oliver Tanner.
This particular piece of art, this one's from Rachel Dean, and it's all botanical flowers that have been put into a plaster cast, and I think that's really pretty and very rustic.
The hooks at the front of the house act as art when there's nothing hanging on them. They are cool with or without a jacket.
Here we have the poof that I designed, which
sometimes I put like my laptop up here, watch Netflix. Yeah, it's really, really peaceful.
The house came with these Japanese toilets.
It has a remote over here. It has all the amazing bidet functions. You can adjust the water temperature, pressure, position. It has a dryer, it will sanitize.
When I was designing this shower, I wanted the entire thing to be marble. So it's all marble from the ceiling to the floor, and obviously when you're steaming you have to sit down, so I chose this beautiful Calcutta slab, and this is where I sometimes sit and I meditate. I like to keep very calming things in my bathroom. I have this crystal. I made sure to have little nooks and crannies. I swear I discovered this thing and it changed my life. It's lemongrass and eucalyptus. It's a spa shower mist. And when I put it in my steam, or you can put it in the shower when it steams up, and you're instantly in a spa and it smells like heaven. Oh my gosh.
I knew that I wanted to do a really oversized chandelier. The great thing about this chandelier is because it's ceiling mounted, it doesn't come down very low. And I know you're all going to ask me where it's from, but it's one of those really annoying answers where I'm going to tell you it's a trade-only account and it's a trade secret. So sorry, I can't share that one.
And this is the living room.
I really love sitting in here. I think the colour is so brilliant, and I mean the paneling was money so well spent, and we actually used a joinery company called Wellington Joiners.
There's a lot of texture within this space, beginning with the linen look sofa and the linen drapes that have a bit of a pink embellishment on them.
The coffee table is an original by Sarah Sherman Samuel. I love the legs. I love the gold. Again, it's like picking up on the gold and brass and copper, like all the sort of mixed metals throughout the house.
And then this Kendra Scott tray I just thought was so pretty, the mother of pearl, with some fun coasters. And then I got these cool candle snuffers, so it takes out the candle so you don't get that blackness around your candle. So
I have these Fornasetti candles, which are just the most beautiful, like, decorative ornaments. And oh, I have this Dior snow globe that I was gifted, which I love. I know it's like not Christmas anymore, but I never take it down.
And of course I have to put another one of my favorite pieces. And this piece in particular is from a designer called Jaru. And of course the one pink one that I found I had to keep for myself.
And I have these really beautiful roses here. These last a year. So I've had these for a couple months already, and it has the best smelling roses that you'll ever smell. Like, I can't even explain to you, but it's a great thing to keep at my entryway, and I never have to worry about watering these, which I also love.
And then you found this again at Pop-Up Home, and I love this because I always see it in like fancy houses, a little pedestal.
The book nook is really one of the features of the space, funnily enough. Came up with this solution to do floating shelves with books.
Finally placing this side table, and this is just going to put our drinks.
I've also styled it with our brass lamp here, which again is a real favorite of yours.
A little lamp over, I'm obsessed with.
Oh, I love this sculpture. It looks super cool, isn't that comfortable, but as long as it looks good, who cares?
And then this piece that you guys absolutely love, like elephant book stand, but it's the cutest thing ever.
To the dresser, a basket with some throw blankets and an extra throw pillow so she can get cozy on those chairs.
So they're antique chairs that my decorator found in an antique shop, and then we picked the fabric together. On the front is a faux fur and on the seat, and then on the back there's a lace detail.
Beautiful, beautiful light. I found this on Etsy. It's handmade in Estonia, and there's literally like real branches, and these birds look so realistic. Marty always thinks that they're real. It's such a beautiful focal point for this room, and I love how it just ties everything together. And the rug, which has this very fun vibe to it that really epitomizes the energy of the entire space.
Onto my desk, which is where the magic happens, i.e. work, being productive, editing, all sorts of things.
This desk is epic, like the finish on it.
That actually is leafed with champagne leaf. I definitely wanted to have like a cozy chair for this space, just that I could kind of like relax in, get up in and out of, and just feel like very relaxed. So it kind of doubles as my vanity and as my desk. And this.
So my laptop is the gold 12-inch. I've had it for a couple of years. It's great. And over here I've got a marble tray.
I've also got my pot of pencils, a stapler, a hole punch, and some sellotape. My desk essentials.
Dress this with a mirror from our collection with Armac Martin. Ava loves pretending this is her dressing table and doing her makeup here. And then this really cute little lamp from Porta Romana. I think this is called the dumpling lamp, which is such a cute name for it.
I've got this little hand mirror, which is kind of just for display, but I do actually use it when I do my mascara, just to like get really close.
But obviously it doesn't have that many drawers. It just has these for her like pens, pencils.
Where's this gone?
But that, yeah, for here, because it has these drawers with these little label thingies. All of my makeup set up in these gorgeous carousels, which are by Vanity Impressions, essential for holding all of your makeup and lipsticks.
Set alongside it, this rather marvellous lamp by Guidette Carbonell.
It's a copper phone, which doesn't actually work because it's not plugged into anything, but it looks cool, and every office should have a phone. And I also have this frame with some pictures of me and Mark in it. I have a little weekly list pad thing, like a calendar pad.
This is a Samsung TV. It's like this new thing that's meant to look like a piece of art. You can pay a couple dollars a month and you get access to like Picassos and Renoirs and stuff, so you can have like a fine piece of art on your wall if you want.
We didn't change the footprint of the kitchen. It was functional, yet. So we went with a nice light gray that added a little bit of color, but subtle.
These handles from Buster and Punch, which I absolutely love, in the brass.
Yes, this is real marble everywhere, and it is incredible. Has a really great white kind of background with warm veining. We had that on the countertops, and then we brought it up on the backsplash to the bottom shelf.
We've got the task lighting, which is an LED strip, and that runs all the way under these cupboards, and it's hidden by these slightly lower cupboard doors, so you never get that ugly reflection.
And then we've got this beautiful tap from Zip Water. This is an Australian brand, and oh my goodness, I can't tell you how much I love this tap. It does so many things. So basically, you get your boiling water, you get your sparkling water, and you get cold filtered water. And for me, that's really important because it's great for cooking, but it means we don't have to buy plastic bottles of water anymore. We just use refillable bottles, and the sparkling water, I'll tell you what, when you've got a hangover, that is the best thing to have. Sparkling water on tap is the best. So yeah, I really love that.
I have these little marble soap containers. These are actually for the bathroom, but they're working just fine for the kitchen.
We did the coordinating pot filler back here, which I've never had in a kitchen, and I am absolutely loving it. One, to fill up for cooking, but also to fill up vases for flowers.
Part of what makes this kitchen look really sleek is the recessed hood, which you can pull out if you're making a lot of food.
This then brings us to my cooktop, and this also is Frigidaire's Professional line. The two things that make this one really special is, first off, the continuous grates. It just means more space for me to cook, and it's a lot more efficient. The other thing that I'm so into are the BTUs here. It's a very high-powered cooktop. What I love about these ovens is they're so sleek. They also have no preheat. That means that you turn it to no preheat, automatically your oven is ready to go, which is amazing.
We have a warming drawer. This came in handy for Thanksgiving. You make fresh rolls and you want to keep something warm while the other food is being prepared. I also have the dishwasher is here beside the sink, a paneled fridge, which blends in seamlessly into the cabinetry, and an integrated coffee machine.
I have a ridiculous amount of cake platters, so I always have some of them lying about.
This tile right here, it's a Subway tile, and it may or may not be a real Keith Haring. I found this years and years ago in New York. There used to be this junkyard warehouse place on Bowery and Houston. It's gone now, of course. It's like condos or Starbucks or something. And I was there and I found this, it was just a solo tile just kind of floating around in a pile of junk. So I got the guy to sell it to me for not very much, and I tried to get it verified, but the Keith Haring Society wouldn't do it. I think because Keith Haring made so much street art, there was just a ton, and he would draw in the subway and draw in all these posters and things. It could be his, might not be, it's a mystery, but I like not knowing, I like thinking that it was actually his work, and I just sort of stumbled across it. It felt like a very New York story.
I also have a little pestle and mortar, classic, great for grinding up spices and herbs.
Love these little canisters. I just think they're so cute. Gold is an obvious theme, so when I saw them, I was like, they must be mine.
I have this beautiful kitchen runner from World Market, and I absolutely love it.
She had an amazing marble island already, so we were able to further that in the design of the kitchen.
So these lights are actually from Alfie's, this incredible antique market. They're like cast glass lights, they're beautiful. This is one of my favorite vases. It's a floss vase that we got from Etage Projects, and it kind of goes with the space.
My friend created these succulents for me, so that way I can have some plant life without killing them, which always helps.
What I love the most is this piece by Claire Oswald. And this was like on the front page of her website, and it was a piece that had been sold already. And then the sale fell through, and so we jumped on it. The room did not feel complete until this went up on the wall.
This is another piano, surprise. It's like, I call these like granny pianos or parlor pianos. It was like in the basement of this piano shop in the 50s, and it was like $1,200 or something. And it's like one of my most favorite pianos.
I still had even more wall space to fill around the piano, and so I decided to do this really cool leather oval mirror from McGee & Co. And then
I feel like anyone that vaguely follows me will know that I bought this at an art fair that I was at with work, having seen the artist in Norfolk in a local gallery and loved it, and weirdly taken a picture on my phone of a very similar painting. I never spent so much on a piece of art until I bought this, but it makes me so happy every time I look at it, and it works so perfectly with the colour scheme in here.
This kissing sculpture is by a chap called Andrew Marvel, and he does beautiful, beautiful bronzes like rabbits and birds, and he did this, and I got it about the time that I got married. I just think it's really sweet, and it's timeless. There's a sort of timeless quality to it. Depending on how we're getting on, I can move them farther apart or closer together.
My violin hangs on the wall. And that is my beautiful cello, and I have the little cello stand, and it lives here in the corner until I take it out to play. I keep my stand here against the wall, and then again, when it's time to practice, I pull it out.
Also, this gets a lot of mentions. This is my art cart, and as many of you know, as you will recognize it, it's from IKEA.
Drilling custom holes in it and putting these really funky knobs.
And then on top of it, I got this little topper organizer to put just pencils and markers, paintbrushes, just any kind of sort of upright tools and supplies, which I really like.
They are tiling my columns with a beautiful mosaic. It looks kind of like tree bark. Basically turned structural annoyances into works of art, which is exactly what I visualized when I bought this place. My curtains have been installed and they look absolutely beautiful. They are double shears,
So there's this like twig one in the front, and then there's another one behind it to add a little bit more opaqueness. And then behind that I have my wooden blinds that I had before. That's just for extra privacy.
All right, well I think this is as good a time as any to go out onto the balcony.
The balcony in this condo is a beautiful size and has some pretty incredible views. We really wanted to make the most of it. It added a composite flooring and seating for 2 and a smaller dining area for 2 and a bunch of additional pots. I layered some different grasses and boxwoods in the pots to just really add some life. These things will come back next year as well, and I really love the color and texture they create.
This easel is by Winsor & Newton, and it's the Welland easel.
And I think this is such a cool piece. Genevieve Guinard is a favorite of mine. She photographs herself in unbelievable settings and has an incredible story which she reveals through her photography.
We custom made this one for us. In stainless steel, so it won't rust when we're outside.
So I actually painted a pattern on the deck to look like tile. There is a blogger named Mallory from Reserve Home, and she actually outfitted her entire kitchen in these tiles. So I recreated that look on my deck, and I just hand painted it on. My mom visited for a weekend and we tackled it together.
And I love how this sofa makes a statement, but is still small and still fits in this tiny, tiny space.
Finally, placing this side table, also from Article, and this is just gonna be a place for us to put our drinks. We went with a Deco concrete firebowl, and it has elevated the entire space. It's incredible. It's a propane fire pit that you light, and it's just like having your own campfire in your backyard. It's so cozy, and it definitely pulls the space together. At the dining table, we also have a set of custom rattan Cessna chairs. So we painted the backs using furniture paint, and then we reupholstered them and sprayed the bases so that they can be outside.
We got this beautiful pendant light from HomeSense. And then we have these planters that are gonna go over the balcony railing. The beauty about these is that they fit over balcony railings. So you can have beautiful flower pots without needing to install anything.
For the trellis, I found these really awesome outdoor lights at Canadian Tire, and I really love the copper detailing. I'm stringing these up to give the space a soft glow in the evening.
And this is a new addition to the room. When I went to Puerto Rico in January, I actually picked up this hammock while I was there, and I hung it this past weekend, so I'm obsessed. I've been hanging in it during my downtime.
And then instead of going with a coffee table, I just went with a poof. I thought that was just like a really cozy way to have something that acts as a coffee table, but just like a little bit softer. And then I added this lovely tree. I love a peach planter. I love the shape, and I think the style is just really nice. So this is actually a Ficus Audrey. It's one of my favorite kinds of trees. It's gonna live on the patio for the summer, and then we'll be bringing it in for the winter.
And just really simple, lots of hurricane lamps so we can have candles and things like that. But I love it up here. It's a really great place to have a glass of wine with friends. All right, let's look at the rest of the house.
So this is the primary bedroom, and it's just got a lot of beautiful light, dancing 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's nice to have a place that's just really serene that I can just like completely like let go and relax.
My bed is from Button & Sprung. It's a Super King. I've never had a Super King before.
I'm a huge fan of white bedding, so I stuck with that. And then we got these really great pillows. These are from the designer SKL. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her stuff, but she makes all sorts of different prints and patterns and fabrics, and she does wallpaper. A friend gave me a tip that when you get a Super King bed, get Super King pillows as well, and it is really nice.
The bedding is all by Parachute. So not only did they do the beautiful like blush linen covers, and they also provided the inserts for everything. So it's these amazing down pillows. I love a fluffy bed. Like my dream bed is like the fluffiest cloud possible. And then this is their Maltese coverlet, which is really nice in case it's like winter and gets kind of cold.
I love to sleep with a silk eye mask and these silk pillows. And I started doing that because silk actually can't retain bacteria. And so it's really good for your skin, and it makes you look a little less tired in the morning, which I need help with because I'm always traveling.
And then on top of that, I am sitting on a Sattva mattress. And I'm obsessed. These mattresses are so high quality. They're so just yummy to sleep in. And for the king here, I did plush. So it has that same cloud-like effect. And it's a dream to sleep on. I'm obsessed with it.
I found these rose gold nightstands online. They were a bit of a splurge, but I'm just so obsessed with them, and I love that it brings in the mixed metallics. And I got these raw stone lamps to kind of add a little bit of roughness to the really feminine vibe.
My reading lights are from Vaughan. They're quite cool, so it feels like we're in a hotel almost.
Amazing paper artist that I commissioned to have, so that's David and myself, magic style with our kids, and then you can see in the stars it's a rabbit. It's all
coming out of the hat.
Pieces of paper.
I also got this really awesome jug and glasses, actually from H&M Home, which they always do such good things at H&M Home, and it's just a really nice little water jug with stars all over it, and then 2 little glasses.
This candle is from Neom, which is known for their essential oil candles. This is the Armani Privé Pivoine Sujo. Right, I spritz my bed every morning with this. It's a ritual, I can't not do it. It's like the perfect finishing touch to this room, and I love this, it's just beautiful.
And I've got the This Works Deep Sleep Pillow Spray.
Well, such an intellectual with my poetry by the bed, right? And my glasses. Like, how prop was that though? That was honestly not staged.
The first book that I got is The Way of Zen by Alan Watts. This is a book all about Zen Buddhism. I like that stuff a lot. Can we take a moment for how beautiful the cover is? It's so simple and so clean. I'm trying to be a Zen person because I get angry really fast. I'm like, my anger is a balloon and I'm simply letting it go. But the next book that I got is The Intellectual Devotional. Basically, this has 365 daily lessons. Monday, it gives you a history lesson. Tuesday, literature. Wednesday, visual arts. Thursday, science. Friday, music. Saturday, philosophy. And Sunday, religion. My main goal in life is to learn everything and go everywhere. So there you go. I think this is perfect for me.
I keep these little affirmation cards next to my bed at night, and so when I wake up in the morning, I pick them up and I shuffle them. Then I just randomly pick a card. I'm the creator of my life. Nothing happens by chance. Every thought, every action has a reaction. I choose my words and thoughts carefully as they create my world. So there you go.
Now these are real roses, they've been crystallized, so they should last about a year, possibly over a year. Nestled in the middle of all of these beautiful roses is Balm de Rose.
So I have my hand cream from by Terry, which I use, but
I did this painting.
This is called Seagrass by Natasha Barnes. Ease. Gosh, it's beautiful.
And just one more thing I will show you is I got these storage bins, and they're really simple, just from IKEA, so not too expensive. If you live in New York City, I guess if you live anywhere, right, you always need more storage space. So I've got like my swimsuits and stuff, sadly, over for the season.
In addition, my gorgeous dresser. They do keep my favorite perfumes out here so that when I'm getting ready, I can just do a little spritz. And then this is a more sentimental piece. When Freddie and I first went to Paris, we decided, of course, who doesn't put a love lock on Lovelock Bridge? So I got 2 locks, and one of the locks we put on the Lovelock Bridge, and one of them I kept for myself. They're vintage locks, and I had them engraved, so it actually says the date on it. So cheesy, I know, but no, it's really sweet and sentimental to me. And then there's also some matches that we had done from our wedding. I think it's always really important too to kind of keep things a little bit more sentimental when it comes to decor. So this kind of stays in that box, and it just always reminds me of Paris.
Sarah Sherman Samuel, who's the most incredibly talented designer, helped with the entire home. So Sarah hipped me to this artist, Lou Mora, and I just really loved this print because the house is like pretty simple, but I like that it has like certain pops of character.
And then we have this. This was from West Elm, and actually from my old apartment as well. And I just think these are great because, I don't know, they're pretty to look at, and you can obviously use it for storage.
I collect typewriters. I have a few of them around.
And so I found these beautiful glass containers at West Elm, and I put all of my sunglasses in them, and that way they don't get dusty either. And I can just quickly go and, you know, pick a pair that will look good with my outfit and go on, instead of them hiding in a drawer. So, what do you think? In addition to the
sunglasses. I've also got my jewelry over here, and these are actually from Anthropologie. I feel like in traditional jewelry boxes, my pieces oftentimes get overlooked, so I love having them displayed really beautifully in here. They're on my bookshelf, and so that way when I'm getting ready, I can feel inspired by a necklace that I have and not feel like I have to go digging through a bunch of things in a jewelry box. Definitely recommend the glass cases.
We've got some other little trinkets and things. You've got
my incredible Anastasia music box that I got for Christmas. It is an exact replica of the one from the cartoon, and it's just absolutely wonderful. I'll show you. Amazing. And then also my beautiful Beauty and the Beast snow globe from Disneyland, Florida. I got this when I was 2, and I'm not just saying it, but like they don't make them like this anymore. Honestly, they're just nowhere near as nice. This is such a classic.
These are actually automata, which it's a commonly referred to as bird cages, and they'll sing just like a music box, but the birds are mechanical. So
this tiny trunk is something that you could buy via Louis Vuitton, and you can send it to someone filled with flowers. The inside, there's a little metal thing so that the flowers don't ruin the trunk, and they fill the entire box with flowers. And you're happy.
It's of course a present from Terence. For the last Valentine's Day, he's got a picture of us painted on the box, on the top of this musical box.
We have some of our favorite books. Yeah, we'll always buy a few extra copies of any of our favorite books, like Alchemist. So when people come over and we end up talking about if we end up talking about our favorite books, we'll just give them a copy.
This is this gorgeous pop-up book that I've actually featured a couple of times because I'm so obsessed with it, by Harold Lentz for Pinocchio. And I thought it'd be so fun to have a pop-up because I love books and bookmaking. I kind of got that from my dad, and I wanted to show it off, but you know, I also don't want a baby destroying it, so there's that. I was that kid though who collected paper doll books and never cut the dolls out. I would just look at them. Like, and then I would draw, like with tracing paper, draw on top of them. So I'm such a weirdo when it comes to like, what do you mean you get to touch the book? So I'm sure I'll get over that eventually.
It's a fun one. This is a very rare one. It's been a source of truth in burlesque, and when you look at this book you realize that burlesque was not all Gypsy Rose Lee or like the movie portrayed burlesque, but really it was kind of a glorified strip club in a lot of ways in the 30s and 40s, and this book is the proof.
My Harry Potter wand on display, just in case I need to cast some spells real fast. Be careful. I have these like limited edition Diet Coke bottles, even though I never drink Diet Coke and I never have liked Diet Coke, but I just like the limited edition bottles because I actually got this Matthew Williamson one like 15 years ago or something.
I got the Citroen 2CV, which was actually my dad's car when I was born. And we don't have it anymore, obviously. I think it fell apart. My dad kicked it, I think. It was just not working. But we have that, which holds a lot of value. And then this gorgeous little exposed light from Oliver Bonus, which, so you got the record player here.
But I have a record collection that goes all the way, and I just alphabetize them. And it's really exciting.
This chair is by David Seyfried. This is his editor's chair, and he's really well known for this chair. This is probably like one of his hero pieces. And this corner was just kind of made for it.
I don't know actually where this table is from, so I'll try and find this, but it's got a quartz top to it, and we also have a Dior book, a diptyque candle, and
when Alex and I started dating, we were basically long distance dating because I moved back to Azerbaijan for a little bit, and we sent each other emails, and then I decided to move back to Canada, and when I moved back to Canada we really started dating, and that's when Alex gifted this to me on Valentine's Day. I didn't know he was doing this. He just compiled all of our emails into a book.
And in her wardrobes I wanted to do something really pretty. Didn't want to have too much wood, so I designed these doors that have an inset mother of pearl wall covering inside, and you could recreate this look using any type of wallpaper that's textured or has something interesting to it, and I just think it's such a great way to break up a large expanse that would otherwise be quite boring. The tip I've got for you if you're doing wardrobe doors is mirror the inside of a pair of doors, because when you do that, you can angle the mirrors and you'll be able to see all angles of your outfit.
Okay, so the first centerpiece of the room, the core of the inspiration lies in my chandelier, which is from an LA interior designer called Paul Ferrante. And this chandelier is appropriately named the Chloe chandelier, which I absolutely adore. If you look closely, it has little stars on it.
With a more vintage, slightly distressed rug. It's feminine, it's sophisticated, but it's just a really fun room.
Anyway, I think that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed having a look around my house.